there. Cookies here with turn 58 of EA Vanheim. It's part of the Noob Orange lobby. And we got a couple of dire portents, a number of them actually. So let's go ahead and skip straight to that. So we had a lot of stuff go up. So the global situation now is Eternal Pyre and Earthblood Deep Pulse. So we have a couple of gem gens. However, the ever-toxic Dominion of Helheim has taken a step too far in my mind. We have Dark Skies and Vengeful Waters. Vengeful Waters was borderline what I would call an aggressive global, something that I would consider dissolving a non-aggression pact over, because if you kill my stuff, that's very aggressive. Wrath of God is even more aggressive than Vengeful Water because it's not even dependent on Dominion. It just reaches out and kills stuff worldwide. So, like, a little unfortunate for Helheim because he didn't quite read the spell right. He thought he was just trying to be really defensive and protect himself, or at least that's what he said. But I believe him. Like, and however, like, you are killing my stuff, so I went ahead and posted a question in Lucid's Discord. Seemed like at least the first few people that responded, it seemed like the correct thing to do is let them know you're dissolving the nap, and then you can start fighting. So I went ahead and did that. And I went ahead and sent him a message as well, saying we were dissolving the nap. And I got the message in time so that, like, earlier in the turn, not last minute, like, he was responding to it and stuff. So I felt better about starting the combat. And then I think I also asked the game master to extend the turns to 2 days so that people would have more time to do scripting. Because this is definitely an increase in hostilities now. This isn't putting down the smaller single cap nations. This is 2-3 cap nations fighting it out. So yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. So here's the message. So since you're killing my units of mages, yeah, so I don't know. I like the player, but I'm not gonna sit here and just let my stuff get killed. So, by lightning bolts. And speaking of lightning bolts, we did have 32 units wounded and 7 killed. So, in my mind, a non-aggression pact means that you're not doing aggressive actions to the other party in the pact. And a global that's killing their stuff and their commanders, I would consider aggressive. One thing to note is, like, a scout, that's fine. Like, he's been killing a lot of my scouts. But it seems like globals in this game and large spells, they only ever list one commander. So there could have been, like, other commanders in here, and I wouldn't know who they are unless I did, like, roll call or attendance over all of my units between the 2 turns, and I'm not going to do that. It would take way too much time. So I've just lost like 7 mystery units. I would love it if they would list out at least the commanders and what provinces they were in. That would make life so much easier to, like, try and recover from stuff like this, especially when it's a big global. But okay, so we had some units wounded, we had some units killed, and we're dissolving the nap over it. We got a bishop fish, we got a storm demon. Our blood economy is taking off a little bit. Also, Abyssia accidentally nap broke us. So I think it was a couple of turns ago. But then we ended up coming to an agreement, so this is them taking their end of the agreement. I told them there was 6 PD in the province. So, but I guess they lost one of their summons. But they do end up taking it. And then one of our scouts gets killed by a water elemental. We got some death gems and unrest. It's an interesting event. Got a dominion change and fire gems. So, oh, and I found out you cannot blood sacrifice in the ocean. So that is a thing. So I'm going to go ahead and move that guy out. But now I know. So, yeah, sneaking him out. All right. So there's a lot more movement going on this turn as we set up for this fight with Helheim. So, a couple of things. Priority one is we want to defend these two forts. If we can't defend the two forts and Helheim takes them, then we lose. And at that point, I feel like Helheim's earned the victory. So, after all the attrition that Abyssia took, I think if Helheim's able to take me on and take these two thrones from me, then he's probably killed the majority of my troops, and he kind of deserves the W at that point. So looking forward to this fight. The fighting against Femoria and Calum wasn't. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't super. It wasn't like life-threatening like this fight. So it should be a lot of fun. And I don't have to worry about doing some silly throne rush. And I know he was probably thinking about it too. He had that big army down here. And there's these two unforded thrones. But I don't know, this is probably more fun, I think. So let's see what we got. Oh, and in terms of real life, the Helheim player here just volunteered to sub into the Yomi position in my other Vanheim game. So looking forward to playing him and playing against him, with him in there, having him in the game. He's a fun player to play with. He's got. I really like the bless he put together here, except for the. Yeah, I really like it. He explained the poison weapons pick to me too, and that was for fighting Femoria. It was a Femoria specific pick because he wanted to build the Hellherdings kind of struggle to kill some of the giants, so he was thinking if you stacked some poison on them, then they would die faster. And he would end up trading better with Femoria that way. So, yeah, he's a fun player. I think he's like a pretty good player too, at least compared to me. So I'm looking forward to playing against him. So this global situation is not ideal. So we're gonna risk it for biscuits. And we're going to do a blood vortex, I think with 260 slaves. 283. So, got all those to go. And then we're doing a dark size cast with about 70 gems, which I'm less hopeful about. I'm really hoping blood vortex knocks something off. And then also doing a third global, which is a dispel, I believe. Yeah, so we're going to try and dispel Vengeful Waters. So we're sinking a lot of our resources into trying to control the globals a bit more on this first turn of the war. Maybe we can change the dynamic and allow us to raid a little bit harder. Until then, we're going to try and play defensively. So we're getting some mages moved around. We're relocating some blood hunting when necessary, but a lot of our blood hunting is already along the Abyssia border, or closer to it, so it's less exposed to Helheim raiding. We're moving out some counter raiding parties. So we've got a number and a variety of different raiding parties. We're also trying to patrol some forts. Additionally, I don't think we're patrolling this one. We'll be patrolling it soon, though. And getting some more raiding parties. We got a thug out here. We got a thug running around out here. Unscripted thug. Oh gosh. Oh no. We've got this group of sacreds. So they're actually they're moving here, but they're gonna. They probably should have moved here. But I think I was moving here so I could have the option to move to either of these forts because of this army here. And getting a few raiding parties. It's not like this war was kind of a surprise start for both of us, so I'm not expecting a giant elfing, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna send out some counter raiders, but I'm not gonna be excessive about the counter raiders. And I'm okay with doing some counter raiding. Like, I realize it's hard to counter raid elves because they can stealth away and you can't magic phase them. But I feel reasonably confident I can at least try to retake stuff. I don't want to overcommit to the counter raiding as well in case he puts one of my thrones under siege. Additionally, we've got a hodgepodge of gear, and we're forging more gear. So we're also doing some fires from afar casts. I think we're doing like 3 of them. We're going to target these sages here. And we're going to target, I think it's capital or this dwarf, something like that. Maybe it was 2 casts, I don't know. But we're going to try and kill some of the research monkeys. Just slow them down even a little bit more. We're getting some more shade mail. Generally forging some more stuff. Vine shields, armor of knights, morale items. Kind of waiting to see. Also waiting to see if he tries to do a throne rush. So this army is holding pat just for the moment. And then, yeah. So not a lot of counter raiding, but it'll start spinning up soon. And then I've got these mercenaries. I'm going to rebid the Feathered Serpent. And yeah. So like part of my strategy here is the Dominion is really bad, but if I can destroy these unforted temples, the Dominion pressure will lessen a little bit. So destroying these unforted temples is really important, even if I have to sack some units to do it. Like if they get Vengeful Watered or Dark Skies causes them to rout. So that's kind of the dealio there. And I wonder if like some of my moves this turn didn't quite get logged. Maybe they didn't. But either this turn or next turn, I'm going to set up a Foul Vapors trap on this province. So that's kind of what's going on there. I've already set one up here, I believe. Yeah, Foul Vapors. So probably should give him a couple more gems and he can do Barkskin. And that would be even better, but I haven't thought to do that even so far. So, and doing a little bit of recruiting, not too much though. Dark Skies kind of, I think, has an income malice, so we aren't able to recruit like we used to. And yeah, I think that's it. So next turn, it's going to get exciting. So looking forward to seeing you there, and I'll see you in turn 59. Later.